Right?
So like we were talking about Miss Oregon and whatnot, eh?
Okay, I am starting. The stream is up. I am still being talked about, so whatever. Damn it, I was so close. That was such a cool strat, and I almost brought it back to even. Ah, sorry. It was a good recovery.
Bit of rage there.
It was a good recovery.
You were unlucky that he went banshee.
It was such a good recovery from like, oh no, Banshee's up.
Yeah.
Oh,
I saw that banshee and I felt so sad for the strat. I really wanted the strat to earn.
Exactly, yeah. We both had our reasons for that. Is the stream up now?
yeah, stream's up, game's on. I will introduce them. It is WarlordZimZa from DNA, taking over where I left off as the Protoss to get revenge. He is against the Terran Reaver from Ventus Esports. And for those who are wondering why I'm still talking, because you can barely hear me, I'm out and I'm handing over to Bananashee and Bananalisk.
Yep, we do like fruit.
It's banana time, man. Oh.
Yeah, bananas are very, very rich in potassium. I don't know if you knew that.
Yeah, it stops the cramps from coming. It's good stuff. Good for energy
Yeah,
too.
bananas are also 70% water.
Keep you hydrated, eh? Good for those sport activities, eh?
Exactly, like StarCraft. Having a long game of StarCraft, getting tired, you're sweating all over the place,
Yeah.
and then boom, have a banana, feel like you've just had a swim.
Yeah, dude.
Great. Okay, so, we do have Reaver in the left position. He's starting close positions first, but I don't think the map actually allows close spots, so that's a little bit of a wasted start, but he heads to the right place next.
Yeah.
The yellow star spinning on the right is WarlordZimZa. Warlord actually a random player, so he's going to give away his race before the Terran actually scouts it.
Yeah. That's always sort of making as random. Because ideally you'd want to scout late as possible, but at the same time, if your build with that particular race depends on you knowing certain information quite early, or that you just normally factor in setting up the probe early on 9 or on 13. It's hard to change it without messing with the rest of your build. So
yeah, because if the guy's getting lazy with the scout, you kind of don't feel like giving away the information unless you have to. But most players do compensate for the random by sending out a slightly earlier scout if they've got a specific build they want to go. So
yeah,
most of the time.
Yeah, we see the probe being killed there in the mineral line by the SCVs. Reaver still spiking a bit from last game. Hopefully they won't influence the game too much. But Protoss has gone double gas. So, and just throwing down his cyber core now. The Terran seems to be walling off though, so any early pressure should be held, hopefully. We'll have to see how that goes.
Interestingly, the Terran hasn't scouted the double gas yet. He hasn't scouted the gas at all, so a little bit of an oversight on his part. He's kind of thought, oh, he went gateway, but what really were you expecting?
Especially
scouting that gas.
Especially by that time, the other pylon is out. I mean, you know, or you should know that at that time in the game, his second pylon is up somewhere. And it's useful to look around his base and see if it is actually in his base. So you know that some sort of proxy nonsense isn't going on. That's normally the safe way of doing things. But he
I
does
don't really
have...
like him or the cyber core is up.
Yeah.
The threat or the cyber core isn't up, so...
Exactly. Although he does keep the eye there, so he will have a decent idea of what comes out of the Protoss base. But won't know when the expo timings go down. And we do see the Protoss player taking a semi-sneaky expo there. It is what is normally his third expansion.
Yeah, he is kind of a semi-hidden kind of expansion. They're nothing too crazy or far, but definitely hoping to kind of take him by surprise. The Terran, though, seems he went for an extremely fast concussive jump. I thought he may be doing some early aggression, but actually he's going for a safe expo.
Yeah. I can see the use of that, especially when you've got a couple of Marauders, because any early sort of Stalker or Zilla pressure can just be carted happily back to your base. So, it will be quite useful for that at least. And he will be able to use that to deny the scout there. So, the Protoss will actually not see the expos up.
Just give me one moment, Connor. Sorry, I'll be right back.
Yeah, no problem. Okay, in the meantime, we do have a Robo going up. So, the Protoss has gone one gate expansion into a Robo. He hasn't seen that an expansion has been thrown up, so this could be a one base, all he knows, this could be a one base attack coming at him, which could be quite hard to hold. for example, Terran had been going some 2 racks MMM timing attack, or even just a stim timing, he could quite easily just destroy the Nexus and move up and probably kill the Protoss before he gets too much out. Because he did put in 400 journals into that early expo. But we do see him throwing up another 2 gates, making it a 3-gate robo, and starting to pull probes to move across to his expansion. On the other side, he's just thrown up his expo, converting it to a orbital command. Got that bunker up in the 2nd racks. Busy building a 3rd rack there to just help keep on the pressure, or keep off the pressure, I should say. And is now scouting with his SCV. But it is quickly killed by the sentries on the roof.
Sorry about that.
No problem.
I'm back. My girlfriend was repeatedly phoning me and I thought it was an emergency, but actually she's just drunk.
Gotta tell her there are more important things going on right now.
Exactly. So we do see a semi-standard 3-gate robo going on from the Protoss. Oh, double robo. Is that a triple robotics facility?
It is indeed. This is some sort of...
Is that a
That... No.
Triple robo all the way!
Has to be said. Okay, to be honest, I've never seen this before in my life. Triple robo opening up so quickly like that. He only has 2 gases, so... His observer is sitting in the Terran base, giving him a relatively decent idea that his opponent has expert, has gone 3 racks. It is pretty standard, 1 reactor, 1 tech lab. Throwing up the factory there.
Getting a lot of free information here. So perhaps I'm I'm at a loss for words. I think is he joking? Is this the kind of, like, you know, you see the mule drop at the end of the game? Maybe this is the preemptive mule drop.
He's just that confident. He's not producing anything.
You're losing so badly. I'm gonna have a terrible build and beat you.
Yeah. The Terran has scouted the Expo going up at the natural expansion. So he's probably going to assume that the Protoss is just expanding now, but... Oh.
He still doesn't know about that.
And he has no idea, no scan has gone down in the main, so... okay. Protoss is going to claim the easy win here. Not as much of a surprise.
And we saw...
Okay. So even though it's 1 minute 20 seconds... Yeah, it will be a re. Okay.
Actually, let me pop one. Hey.
And nothing really comes those triple robos yet. Supply blocks. I'm not sure if that's why. I can't imagine anyone sustaining 3 robos worth of units. I think he's just...
Especially with it's the Economist here. I'm on the stream again. Sorry, just hold on. Hey guys, it's the Economist here. Just something about this. It's in the rules. There's been no major engagement. If he does drop...
Oh, no. The game is... You stop lagging. Game's continuing.
But just to rule on it now, I don't have a way of getting hold of the players, but there's been no major engagement. If he drops before there's a major engagement, or they're even on workers, it's a rematch. If he drops after a major engagement, or in a base race, where it's still hard to say, but because of the base race, he loses. It's in the rules. It has been up there for the last 3 days as well, so hopefully he read them. That's me out. Back to you guys.
Okay. We do see him producing now a lot of Immortals.
You'd have to with 3 robos. What else are you going to do with it?
I was quite surprised. I didn't think he would actually be able to produce that many that quickly. A 3-gate 3 robo. So...
Well, he does. He's chrono boosting a robo that's producing nothing, and producing 1 out of 3. So seems WarlordZimZa has some very expensive base decor going on. I'm not quite sure what he's planning there.
Yeah, and seeing as he has basically gone Sentry Immortal as an extremely gas-heavy build, but he is now on 3 base, taking 4 of those gases, so he should have enough to sustain it now.
He's finally taking the 5th gas after having 3 bases for quite some time, with 3 robo base. So I think he's just kind of having a laugh here. He's obviously extremely confident about this. It's looking a lot like he's actually wanting to go mass immortal.
I can actually imagine it being quite effective, as in most Terrans I know seem to be going very heavy Marauder, sort of Viking as late game composition. We do see 2 full medivacs moving out for what was going to be a drop, but probe dropping pylons there, giving it away.
2 forward pylons, yeah.
Yeah. Third one trying to be thrown up.
He'll be out of position when these Immortals roll in. And we see 3 Robos worth of Immortals just marching their way across the map now.
Yeah. Hopefully some force fields will go down there to some. He does have no proxy pylon though to replace, so it'll be interesting to see how this goes.
Oh, but the flank coming in, and this is actually quite bad for WarlordZim. He is going to get forced back. This Immortal-only army gets picked off quite easily, as it turns out.
Yeah, that went down surprisingly quickly, actually. I suppose it had nothing besides Immortals.
You have to protect them.
Yeah, there was nothing but Immortals, so... But the Protoss is still a whole base ahead. Income quite a bit above the Terrans, so if he can hold back and repop with some sort of gateway units as well to tank for the Immortals, he could I'm pretty sure he could hold this and come back quite nicely. And there we go, he's throwing down another 3 gates.
Panic gates right now. And we do see that drop trying to make its way in, but the Stalker's there in the clouds, in the smoke, excuse me. Saving that off for now.
Yeah, he has got a couple of Stalkers waiting there, so won't be the end of the world. He could probably kill one of the Medivacs maybe before it gets the drop off, warp in some more. But if the drop timing comes as he's pushing in the front, it's quite possible he could sneak that drop down. The strange thing is, if he'd gone for a normal sort of standard build after getting those expos up, he probably could have beaten the Terran there, or at least come out way further ahead. But after making such a heavy investment and still losing it, that could be quite a painful loss. We do see the drop.
We've got a drop in the main over here. Those 2 Medivacs worth of units. Picking off a couple of buildings and then just flying out. Not too effective, but they didn't lose too much. Just a few infantry there.
Yeah.
And we do see the factory coming in. Hero factory flying over the base. And we see some Immortals here at the bottom coming into the 3rd. A few Marines. So that should do quite a lot of damage. WarlordZim's army is completely out of position.
With a drop going as well in the main.
So we warp in a bit. And with Sim, I'd like to see them trying to focus down this Nexus. I think they could have maybe gotten it.
I'm pretty sure they could have taken that quite quickly, but it is nice, that flank.
You can see now
angle.
Quickly that does that down. Oh, and a missed opportunity. I feel like for the cost of 2 Marauders and 3 Marines extra loss, he definitely should have taken out that Nexus.
Especially if he focused it from the beginning, he probably could have killed it and fallen back. But he was busy expoing to take his 3rd, so that probably kept him quite distracted. With his factory still sitting there watching another 3 gateways being thrown down. A couple of them are unpowered though.
So, rolling out.
And that's a total of 9 Immortals with 2 Zealots. I'm pretty sure the Terran has probably not seen this composition before. He does have 7 racks out, so let's see how he can manage to do against that with his fireball with a bit of medic.
I feel like I'm watching an episode of Team Liquid Attack right now.
That's actually very true. This is the typical thing you would sort of strange strat you'd see there.
Yeah, TLO random Protoss and deciding to go mass immortal. So WarlordZim obviously feels like he outclasses his player and wants to have a little bit of fun, do something entertaining for the stream. So I guess we'll see how this works out for him.
It has been quite effective. I mean,
he is getting charged for Zealots, so I think that'll be really, really good if he can just use charge Zealots to kind of soak up the damage if they fire from the back.
Yeah.
Of course, his army can't be killed by 1 Banshee, which isn't great.
Can be a bit of a problem, especially after they saw an open Banshee last game. But I suppose
still producing out of all 3 Robos, though, if you look at that.
All 3 of them being chronoed now and then. The Terran is taking his 4th, so he's obviously planning to keep this going for a bit longer. The Protoss does have... He's a bit ahead on pop and workers, but not by too much, especially with the Terran mules making up the difference.